What is everybody? Daniel Rock 08 is finally back. He's back. I'm back. And better than ever, bottom line, for making things better. Okay. 1997 year in review continues with WCW's Bash at the Beach. Dennis Rodman is back, baby. Rodzilla is back. Why? Because he doesn't give a fuck about your stupid rules. He doesn't care about anybody else. He is the most controversial star in the basketball world, and he is back with the NWO, and he is having his very first match in WCW, taking on Lex Luger and the Giant along with his good buddy Hulk Hogan. Other than that, Bash at the Beach is a pretty run-of-the-mill show. WCW is whipping WWF's ass so badly that at this point in time, it doesn't even matter what the fuck they do. They can literally run the exact same episode of Nitro back to back and they can still beat Raw. Hell, even reruns of Nitro, because TNT would play Nitro later on in the week, even that, the reruns of Nitro would beat Raw. That's how bad they were beating Raw. That the reruns were beating Raw. Anyways, Bash at the Beach. It's a pretty meh show until the finish, the ending of the show, what it's all about. There's lots of good matches on here, though. One of the worst matches I've ever seen, though, is Mortis and Raph defeating Ernest Miller and Glacier. This match was bad. This whole fucking Mortal Kombat tag team bullshit crap showcasing fuck off. 3 out of 10, that's being generous. Next up, Chris Jericho defeats Ultimo Dragon for the Cruiserweight title. Unfortunately, it's kind of disappointing. I give it a 7. It's kind of disappointing. Chris Jericho wins. He's the Cruiserweight champion. But as far as standards go for the Cruiserweight title, you know, it's just kind of one of the more forgettable ones. At this point, WCW Cruiserweight title matches, they were so fucking awesome that even one that was just good would be completely forgettable. And this one is one of those more forgettable because it's so, the division was just so damn good. See, here's the thing. You have the WCW Cruiserweight division. You have the WCW Cruiserweight division up here. Then you had the WWE SmackDown in 2002 Cruiserweight division right here. And then right down here, you have the current, today's WWE Raw's Cruiserweight division. See the difference? WCW, WWE in, you know, the Ruthless Aggression on SmackDown, and then Raw today right here in the Cruiserweights. That's the big difference here. Next up, the Steiners defeat Muta and Chono, and just like how I will talk about in SummerSlam with LOD, the Steiner Brothers, hell, if you like two guys beating the shit out of people, there you go. This is 4 guys who are stiff as shit, though. 4 guys who are stiff as shit, tough as shit, and don't give a shit. Muta, Chono, the Steiners. Holy shit. However, it's just basically just mediocre tag match. 4 out of 10. 6-man Cruiserweight tag team showcase going on right here. Juventud Guerrera, Hector Garza, Lizmark Jr. defeats La Parca Psychosis. I'm always going to fuck up this name. Villano number 4. Villano number 5 comes in, gets his ass wrecked, and he takes the pin because he switches out for the 4th. This is an okay match, a 6.5. There were some pretty neat spots. Everyone get their shit in. Lots of high spots. Lots of high spots. Again, like I said, WCW Cruiserweight Division here. WWE SmackDown Cruiserweight Division here. Current Cruiserweight Division down here. Alright. Chris Benoit defeats Kevin Sullivan in a retirement match when a whole lot of fucking bullshit goes on. This is a great match. A 7 out of 10. Benoit gets the W. Kevin Sullivan retires. This actually might have been his last match, period. He might have actually kept his word. Now, Jacqueline comes out. He gets betrayed by Jacqueline. Kevin Sullivan does, as with a big wooden chair, smacks it right in the face. Jacqueline does in the head of Kevin Sullivan. I said all of that very weird. I meant to say Jacqueline betrays Kevin Sullivan by taking a wooden chair and just beating the hell out of it with it in Kevin Sullivan's. I still fuck it up. Anyways, Jimmy Hart, Jacqueline, and they all come out and they all interfere in this match. Kevin Sullivan loses a 7 out of 10. Good match. These guys always had great matches. A great feud ends here. Not nearly as good as their Great American Bash match from 1996, but still great nevertheless. Jeff Jarrett defeats Mongo in a shit match. 2 out of 10. Next. Scott Hall and Randy Savage defeats Diamond Dallas Page in the debut of Curt Hennig in WCW. A great match. A 7 out of 10. I love Randy Savage versus Diamond Dallas Page. It's feud of the year for 1997 for sure. Well, Steve Austin versus Bret Hart would probably be a great number 2 on there. But DDP versus Randy Savage. Great shit here. Another great match underneath their belts here. Curt Hennig, he backs a little botchy here. Curt Hennig goes into the ropes. Diamond Dallas Page kind of misses his cue. He pulls down the top rope. Curt Hennig tries to get over the top rope, but doesn't. And he just falls underneath and gets super pissed off. But you get the gist of it. He thinks Diamond Dallas Page purposely pulled the top rope down and fuck him over. So Curt Hennig fucks him over, and the NWO of Scott Hall and Randy Savage beat the hell out of DDP and wins this match. A 7. Roddy Piper defeats Ric Flair. That's right, 1997, this goes down. Roddy Piper is still wrestling at this point. Hell, he doesn't stop wrestling until about 2000. Hell, actually, he still wrestles heading into 2006. These guys win the Raw Tag Team Championships in 2006. Wrap your head around that. Roddy Piper defeats Ric Flair in a decent match. A 6.5 out of 10. Not like their wars in the past, but still a great, good match, rather. I always feel Roddy Piper's last match should have been Starrcade 1996, but whatever. A 6.5 out of 10. Next up, finally, the main event, match of the night here. Yes, again, seriously, the main event of WCW is usually shit. However, the past number of pay-per-views, the main event was really fucking good. Actually, since Uncensored, they've been good. Uncensored, Spring Stampede, Slamboree, Great American Bash, Bash to the Beach. 5 pay-per-views in a row. 5 pay-per-views in a row where the main event of a WCW pay-per-view was freaking phenomenal. Freaking good, at least. Lex Luger and the Giant, surprisingly, I'm not kidding, I'm very not kidding, defeats Hollywood Hogan and Dennis Rodman. How the hell does WCW beat the NWO 3 of the 4 last pay-per-views? That's incredible. Seriously, that's incredible. Especially when you have the team of Hollywood Hogan and Dennis Rodman. And I'm not kidding you, Dennis Rodman is actually pretty damn good in this match. I mean, he's not like a seasoned veteran, obviously, but for his very first match, and for a guy who's not trained at all to be a professional wrestler, he gets it all down. It doesn't matter about his wrestling skills. He does an arm drag pretty fucking well. He leapfrogs pretty good, too. But he knows how to showboat. He knows how to get heat. He knows how to make the crowd boo. For a guy as charismatic as Dennis Rodman is, it just comes naturally. It just comes naturally. Even a guy like me who doesn't know that much about basketball can tell you how charismatic Dennis Rodman was on the basketball court. All he has to do is, if he could do that there so genuinely and so gracefully and so amazingly, You know, if he can be controversial in basketball, he can be controversial in wrestling. He knows how to do it. It comes naturally for a guy like Dennis Rodman. Put his ass in the Hall of Fame, god damn it. This is a great match. A 7.5 out of 10. The finish is weird. A person in a Sting match who is obviously Kevin Nash. It's obvious Kevin Nash. It's funny that Dusty Rhodes and Tony Schiavone and Bobby Heenan trying to play it off like it's not Kevin Nash, even though it's fucking Kevin Nash. They actually act like it's fucking Sting, but it isn't. It's fucking Kevin Nash. So Sting, my bad, Kevin Nash comes in. He even goes over the top rope because he's Kevin Nash. He hits the Giant in the back with the bat. And even with interference, Lex Luger and the Giant still beat Hollywood Hogan and Dennis Rodman. That's incredible. So Lex Luger makes Hollywood Hogan tap out to the torture rack. And this kind of momentum will drag him on into that great match he had with Hollywood Hogan on Nitro in the 200th episode of the 100th episode of Nitro in Michigan. In Michigan. So there you go. Ann Arbor, that was the city. In Ann Arbor, Michigan. Great match here. Dennis Rodman just comes naturally, get heat on the crowd, whatever. Hollywood Hogan's great. Lex Luger, great. Giant, great. Even with interference from Kevin Nash, they still win the match. It's incredible how much this is. You know, so 3 of the 4 last pay-per-views, the main event, the WCW guys win. Really weird, right? They win at Spring Stampede, they win at Slamboree, and they win at Bash at the Beach. Hell, Hogan loses. Hogan loses. So anyways, a 7.5 out of 10. After this, the aftermath. Headed in because I had to talk about this right before Road Wild. About a week before Road Wild, the 100th episode of Nitro in Michigan. It's Lex Luger. It's Hollywood Hogan. Lex Luger gets Hogan in the torture rack, and Lex Luger makes him tap out. Lex Luger becomes the WCW World Heavyweight Champion, ending a 358-day title reign. It was 1 week shy. 1 week shy of a full year. Hollywood Hogan was with the WCW title. Lex Luger is the champion heading into Road Wild and one of the biggest ovations, one of the best matches of his career on that Nitro. So, I give Bash at the Beach a 5.7. Other than a couple of matches here, the Cruiserweight title, which is disappointing in WCW Cruiserweight title standards. You have that. You have Hall and Savage versus DP and Hennig, and the main event's pretty damn good. Other than that, this is a pretty mixed bag of a show, honestly. You have Steiner and Muta and Shona, which was just mediocre. The opening match and fuck off. And the less I talk about Jeff Jarrett and Mongo, the better. Anyways, 5.7 out of 10. And I'll catch you next time when WCW comes around with Road Wild. I already did Canadian Stampede. So when I make up that review, I will give you a very special review of the WWF. What will it be? You will have to find out. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, actually. It could be a Raw. I could do the episode of Raw where they're in Madison Square Garden for the first time and Steve Austin stuns McMahon. I could do WWF one night only. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll do the Raw when the Brian Pillman episode where they honor him or whatever. Anyways, Bash to the Beach, 5.7 out of 10. Catch you next time with SummerSlam, Road Wild, and Hardcore Heaven. Goodbye.